Om Namo Narayanaya. Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhanaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Satchidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatyadi Hetave Tapataya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Hari Om. Suswagatam. We are studying Sadachara as a text by Bhagavan Adi Shankracharya ji. Yesterday we have seen Anvaya Vyatireka Sarvatraikam Pashyati. Prapashyati, that person who sees Sarvatra Ekam. So what is the goal of sadhaka? So this is a goal which is given to all of us. What is the goal? When we see oneness everywhere, that's the goal of a seeker. How to see this oneness? Then the method is given Anvaya Vyatireka. So slowly we have to use our discriminative power to remove that which is called as unreal from the real. This is a continuous process. It is not morning, Swamiji, I sat for half an hour and did my Atmanatma Viveka, half an hour. And then what? And then that's the rest is as usual. This won't work. It is not a half an hour job. It is an awareness 24/7. It's an awareness. What is an awareness? Your discrimination should continuously work. Movement to movement. Movement to movement. And that's where this alone can come to all of us, where we can see the oneness everywhere. Having said this, verse number 48. Ajnanadhansakam jnanam Vijnanam chobhayatmakaha Vijnanam chobhayatmakam Jnana Vijnana Nishteyam Tat Sad Brahmani Charpanam. Together. Ajnanadhansakam jnanam Vijnanam chobhayatmakam Jnana Vijnana Nishteyam Tat Sad Brahmani Charpanam. Jnanam, what is Jnanam? So clearly it is beautifully said here. Ajnana dhamsakam. What is Jnanam? Jnana is that which removes the ignorance, which destroys the ignorance. One by one we'll see. Vijnanam, what is Vijnanam? Ubhayatmakam. What is Ubhayatmakam? It is of the nature of both. What is Jnana and Vijnanam? Why is it so? Because it gives an abidance in the self. And therefore you have a great faith that is called as Nishtha in both Jnana and Vijnanam. What is the effect of it? Arpanam tat sat brahmani. Then there where this happens, which is called as Vijnanam, then it is a complete merging into that reality, the supreme reality, the truth. So one by one we'll take it up. Jnanam ajnana dhamsakam. So in objective knowledge also, simple, if you go to Punjab and then you see the board and everything is Punjabi and you are ignorant, you can't read a word. What happened? You don't know the language. Then you remain there for some time, learn the language, your ignorance is gone. Got it? So, this is called as the first ignorance on the transactional level. That any ignorance is what? Not knowing what is what. So small boy or a small children are there, then we have to teach them this is which color and this is which color and this is which color, and then they can distinguish and everyone says, wow, wow, wow. What happened? The colors are always there, but that person doesn't know. Having given an information, this is this, this is this, now that person start recognizing. This is what is red, this is what is blue, this is what is yellow. This is called as recognition. Now similarly, what we generally have this notion, who are you? I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am so and so. How are we carrying this? Right from the beginning. Then when we come to the satsang, we get a jolt. One hammer, tang. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudamate. Oh, why am I Muda? Why am I a deluded person? Because I consider myself as his body. What do you mean? I am not this body, who am I? Then Shastra tells, These body and mind and intellect is your instrument and you are a controller of it. Now what happened? I have got an information as a right knowledge. So one wrong notion is gone. What is that wrong notion? What I was considering myself, now I have understood with authentic information that I am not. But I haven't realized it. This is a point. Now information is there, but I haven't realized. What is that? In the medical field also. So the student studies first year, second year, third year and final year. And they have studied everything. Now go and start the drip. Woo! No. Go to do an operation. No. Why? Practice is not there. 10, 12 months of internship. And with a senior doctor, you have to work hard, 24 hours. And then slowly you learn everything. And then that informative knowledge becomes our experience. Similarly, this informative knowledge is called as jnanam. What it does? Ajnana dhansakam. That one wrong notion is removed forever, at least on paroksha level. That is called as the level of an understanding. So this is jnanam. Then says vijnanam, that is of the both nature. Why? Because once we understand ourselves to be the true self by continuous practice of Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. What happens? So what is the effect of Shravana? Effect of Shravanam is removal of all ignorance, wrong notions. The first effect. Then what is the effect of reflection? Removal of all the doubts. Then there is no doubt remained. Then what is the effect of nididhyasanam? Removal of that vasana, which is a deep impression. And then only when the vasana kshaya happens, how it is? Then Mundaka Upanishad says, Bhidyate Rudhaya Granthi Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha Kshiyante Chasya Karmani Tasmin Drushte Paravare. Mundaka Upanishad says, Bhidyate Rudhaya Granthi. That Rudhaya Granthi, which is mainly composed of the ignorance, karma and desires. That is completely destroyed. Rudhaya Granthi. Then what happens when once the ignorance is completely removed, then there doesn't remain any samshaya, doubt. About what? About the self and the world outside. Due to what happens? Kshiyante chasya karmani. Sarva karma sampurnataya. Oh, what happens? It gets destroyed. It gets completely eliminated. Tasmin drushte paravari. When it is only when we see the self as the self. So this is the description which we must understand through the message given in the verse number 48. So seeker level, what is the gain? Jnanam is the gain. On the seeker level, what is the gain? Jnanam. What is that? Informative scriptural knowledge. That is jnanam. So once we have understood this, that I am not the body, is it enough just for the realization? It is not enough. Why? Because our doership is very strong. What is strong? Doership. How to know your doership is strong? What is the sign? The doership strong है, ये पता कैसे चलेगा? Whenever you work and you get disturbed, that is called as your doership is strong. This is a very important sign. The moment you work and get disturbed, that means your doership is extremely strong. Please note it and keep it as an awareness. That if I work and get disturbed by simple situations, nothing happened to my doership. It is intact. Is this clear? These are the signs which a seeker must know and must remember always. Because nobody can tell you you are progressing or not. Who will tell you? My dear, you are looking very bright now. And yeah, your eyes are sparkling now. These are all sort of wrong effects if we see. Because it is not external. Yeah, so doership should not be strong, doership should be given up. So I told you what is a sign of it. We should be able to have an awareness. If you just get disturbed, because only the doership. Why the doership? Ego is very strong. Ego is very strong. And therefore there is a strong doership. Okay, so this is how we should be able to reflect. Whole day, just 10 minutes you sit and reflect. Oh, here was a doership, here was a doership, here was a doership. And then only you will be able to go further to strengthen deliberately first, removing this connection or identification with the doership factor. Verse number 49. Bhokta sattvaguna shuddha bhoganam sadhanam rajaha bhogyam tamogunam prahuhu Atma chaisham prakashakaha. Together. Bhokta sattvaguna shuddha bhoganam bhogyam tamogunam prahuhu Atma. What is Atma? Atma prakashakaha esham. Esham ke prakashaka of what all things Prakashaka means illuminator. Like this bulb is illumining this hall. This bulb is illumining this hall. If you put off this bulb, there will be a darkness. Similarly, the nature of Atma Tattva is effulgence. That is called as, it acts as an illuminator. So first one has to understand Atma is only a illuminator. Of what? Now Bhagavan says here, of all the three gunas. What are these three gunas? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. And because of that, whatever experience we get is because of the transaction of these three gunas with each other. Is this clear? Transaction of three gunas with each other. So it is said, Bhokta Shuddha Sattva Guna Sadhanam Bhoganam Raja Prahuhu Bhogyam Tamo Gunacha. So, one cycle is given. Who is a Bhokta? So here Bhokta is Jiva Atma. Who is a Bhokta? Bhokta means enjoyer. Is a Jiva Atma. What is its nature? What is its quality? Shuddha. That is its quality. Then what is the sadhana? That which is because of which we can experience whatever we experience. It is called as all sort of sense organ. Which are they? Action. Organ of action. They are Rajoguna. Then what is Tamoguna? The body is a Tamoguna. So all these are the instruments for gaining an experience. But that experience is illumined by the Atma Tattva. That is a point. This experience, whatever experience we all get, is illumined by that Atma Tattva. So, let us take up another example. Like, if a thought comes early in the morning, let me have a tea. This thought is illumined by the Atma Tattva within you. Is clear? This thought is illumined by the Atma Tattva in you. So whatever is a thought which comes to everyone's mind is illumined by the same Atma Tattva. That means thought has no independent existence unless and until it is illumined by the Atma Tattva. Why is it so? How to prove it? Because when the person is dead, now can he think? Why? Because now that Atma Tattva is not illumining its body because the subtle body is disconnected. And therefore there is no action seen on this body level. Therefore one must also understand what is called as death. It is only a separation of gross body with subtle body. Only a separation. That subtle body is there. Oh my God, that subtle body is there. And that subtle body is illumined by this Atma Tattva. Then why can't we see subtle body? Jyoti? Why? Sunlight we can see, but that's right. You can't see the air because it is subtle. You can't see the space because it is subtle. Similarly, the subtle body, even though it is next to you, you can't see. Who knows which subtle body is here? Oh, Swamiji, please don't scare us. Yes, it is possible. You never know. Yeah, so point is, this is how. So there is only a disconnection between the gross body and the subtle body. The gross body remains here and merges back to the 5 elements after the cremation. That subtle body remains there. Why? Why? Because of its vasanas. Why? Because it has connection of causal body. It is not only a subtle body, it is connected with causal body. So the subtle body and the causal body then travels and enters into another womb, and then the body is formed, and that's how the another movie starts. Okay, so it is clear now. Who is illumining all these experiences? Atma Tattva is illumining this all experiences. Who is this Atma Tattva? I am that Atma Tattva. I am that illuminator of all the experiences. I am not the experience. This clarity should be there. I am not experience. I am the illuminator of the experience. So there it is very clear now. There is a distinction between the Atma Tattva and the instruments around.
Om Namo Narayanaya